on the track.
Yeah.
BB 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 on the track.
Yeah.
on the track.
Yeah.
BB 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 on the track.
Yeah.
on the track.
Yeah.
BB on the track.
Yeah.
BB on the track.
Yeah.
BB on the track.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the NACL and NACCS Collegiate Valorant Tournament. My name is Morgan Dunn. I am joined by the wonderful K-Tad, and we're going to be the dynamic duo through these first 3 rounds of action. K-Tad, how are you doing, my man?
Oh, I am absolutely excited to get right underway into this one. We've got an exciting group of teams coming into this tournament. We've got a lot of fun and exciting matchups, hopefully, that we get to see. We might get to see some pretty interesting and dynamic gameplay. I mean, after all, it's the beginning of Valorant. It's a Saturday morning. What else you want to be doing? I mean, if you want that Valorant action, you know where you want to be.
And you know what it is about collegiate esports? I always feel like these guys, they're coming in creative. They're going to bring these strats. None of the pros have the balls to try. They are just going to be doing things out of the box, right out of the bat. And so hopefully, as you said, we can get something excited off the start here. First game of the day is going to be Tulsa Valorant. That is the University of Tulsa going out against KSU, Kennesaw State University.
Yeah, I mean, exciting matchup to see. I mean, Tulsa obviously has a couple of teams in this tournament, as well as KSU. They do have two squads in here. So, I mean, regardless of how these matchups play out, you are looking to see whether or not these guys can, really bring it home for their teams, for their schools. And I think that's always a fun part about collegiate. Like you said, these guys are willing to do crazy things, but also these guys represent, that school pride. Like, that's a big thing in collegiate. It's not about, you're not playing for an organization. You're not playing for a pro team. You are playing for a school. There are people that are watching you, that are really, standing behind your back and hoping that you succeed. And I think that just adds to the fun of it all.
Yeah, and I can tell you directly, I know some of these guys from the University of Tulsa, and that esports program, it got started up last year, so it's still very new, and they are really hungry to get onto the board. They want some success in whatever game they can find, so I know they're going to be bringing their all here today. And a few of the things that we got to go over before we get into this first game action. We did have a great tournament last week in CSGO. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, so last weekend, for those of you who might not have had a chance to tune into that, it was right here on this channel. I believe the VOD is still up, actually, if you guys want to watch it. But basically, last weekend, we did get to see a CSGO tournament co-hosted again by NACL and NACCS through the FACEIT platform. But basically, it was not just for bragging rights. There was a $1,000 cash scholarship as well onto this one. So that was some of the big things to take away from it. Now, obviously, coming into the tournament, it was kind of just a bunch of just scrappy games. These guys going back and forth. There were 32 teams. They all wanted to come into it. But some of the big names to keep your eyes on from that last weekend was, of course, Virginia Commonwealth University, University of California, San Diego, and of course, University of Texas, Austin, alongside Rochester Institute of Technology. So that was the top four we were kind of coming into. But semifinals, VCU, they ended up taking it down over University of Texas, Austin, and that was pretty much how those things kind of shook out as we got along the tournament. It was basically kind of a wild ride. These guys definitely were throwing haymakers back and forth and back and forth. But at the end of it all, it was Virginia Commonwealth University coming out, with the number one kind of ranking, so to speak. They ended up winning the whole thing there. Now first place in the ranking. But that was just one tournament. That's just one of the things we get to look forward to. A new weekend, new game, some of the same schools, but still, everyone hungry for those spots. Everyone wants to make sure they come away with that win. And that's, I think, some of the greatness as we get to see. Now, moving forward, there is going to be more games coming out from all of this. There is a Madden 21 and NBA 2K tournaments being hosted by the NACL ambassadors like Pavan Lakat and Shaki, respectively. So keep your eyes on that. There's a lot more tournaments, a lot more events coming your way, brought to you by NACL.
Yeah, and you mentioned there, VCU cemented their number one position in CSGO, but this week it's Valorant. There hasn't really been that much collegiate Valorant, so that number one spot, the top 10 spots are just up in the air for wherever people want to do it. So I'm excited in that regard to see how these ones shake out. Will it be the same CSGO powerhouses that come to the top here, or will maybe some new universities, new organizations be able to slip their way up into the top? And also, you mentioned the sports game afterwards. I am a fan of traditional sports alongside those esports, so I am good to see a little bit of Madden, see a little bit of NBA. You can't do intramural sports with this state of the world right now, so why not take it virtual?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I see that football you got on your desk back there on your little nightstand. Oh yeah.
I got right above my head pictures of the Carolina Panthers stadium. I'm a football guy, okay? Before I went to esports, I was that high school jock. I'm not afraid to admit it. Next little point of business, though, for some of you guys hanging out in the chat, if you're some merch fans, we got maybe a little bit of a merch deal for you as the NACL, these two organizations, very close. I almost said the wrong one. Made a nice little deal with themselves with Mark Cuban's 3 Commas Clothing. The NACL, the North American Collegiate League, the internationally unmatched leader in collegiate esports. They got their first exclusive merch drop with Mark Cuban's 3 Commas Clothing. It is now live, and you can check out that apparel over at www.3commas.com. There are 5 things you can go down on. It features limited edition jerseys, features hoodies touting your favorite collegiate teams, as well as Ice, Baker's Clan, and the NACL itself. And listen, you don't got to shell everything out for this. This isn't going to cost you $100. It's not going to cost you $200. It's just all sitting between $30 and $40. All the jerseys with some high quality DRL fit cloth and guaranteed delivery within a week. So that's pretty nice. You know, in the middle of some of this COVID, it took a while for things to get delivered. The guaranteed within a week, that just feels good. Don't worry, though. If something you want isn't there quite yet, this drop is the first of many. There will be monthly merch featuring a different university partner each time. And meanwhile, the NACL will stay busy heating up in the ether, bringing back its CSGO tournament, introducing the Valorant tournament we got right now, all in conjunction with the NACCS. So I don't know about you. I might be dropping by over there, see what type of merch they might have. Pick up a jersey, maybe.
Yeah, man, we got the deals over here. You know what I mean? This is the type of thing. You got it. You want to see that merch. You want to see that clean stuff. I mean, obviously, Mark Cuban, if you know the guy, he don't invest in no small stuff. You know what I mean? He's got the good stuff, and that's always the things you want to get into it. So, with that said, though, you know, we are about to get underway. But hey, you guys want a little bit more? You know, obviously, we got to give you a little bit more news. So, with that said, how about we throw it over to our good friend Anna, who has some of the NACL news and esports highlights to bring at you. So, Anna, take it away.
Hi, I'm your host Anna, and you're watching NACL Esports News on Rich TV. Make sure to check out our website, playnacl.com, to learn about the newest tournaments and sign up for events. The NACL is so excited to announce our first merch drop with Mark Cuban's 3 Commas clothing line. Check out the links on our website or on 3commas.com to pick up the 5 available items in the NACL Collegiate Collection, which include apparel for NACL, Icebreakers Clan, and your favorite collegiate teams. If you're a school or organization who's interested in having their very own NACL 3 Commas Collegiate Collection, make sure to send us an email at the address below. The NACL would like to give you a big thank you to our players and viewers who joined our Twitch stream last week for our NACL Brand Ambassador stream. In other esports news, FaZe Clan is looking for 5 new members to become part of the FaZe fam. Who do you think will win? Thank you so much for watching this week's episode of NACL Esports News on Reach TV. I'm your host Anna, and make sure to play NACL.
Thank you very much, Anna. Dropping the big news with the NACL. We are nearly time to jump into the real action, but right before, we just want to give you that little bit of an appetizer, the little bit of a teaser, so we have a couple highlight clips for you. Let's jump into those, and right after, let's jump into the action.
Revealing area.
Get out of my way!
They're at, B-Long.
Okay.
BB on the track.
Oh. Yeah, someone else is with them. Yeah. So, shut up.
Oh, I got one of them.
Yeah, I'm kind of cornered. Phoenix is here too.
Where is he?
One enemy remaining.
She got him.
Last was window.
Oh.
Right,
Nice job, Tiff.
I got 4. Oh, I killed 4 people. Wow, that never happened.
on the track.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever, Tyler. It's fine.
Welcome back, everyone. As you can see, we have made it into Champ Select in the game between TU and KSU. Map is going to be bind in these first 3 rounds of the tournament. They're best of 1, so you don't have anything to sit back on. You can't say, well, get that reverse sweep going. You got to be coming out fast, coming out to the best
Select
of your
agent.
abilities. I can tell you right now, K-Tad, the man to watch on the University of Tulsa, it's going to be their guy Remix. He's a freshman, and he is a phenom.
All right. I mean, I'm definitely interested to see what kind of plays that he's got coming out. Game number 1, we are looking at Bind being the map. So teleporter plays, you definitely want to see how these guys bring it out. You want to see, I mean, we're probably going to see, keep in mind, the Killjoy is disabled for this tournament. So teams are not going to be allowed to pick her. But you would expect to see, because of that we're going to see some Cypher coming out. It's a very easy way for teams to lock down that B bomb site. It's just a great way to just, all right, we can spread it out. And as we see right into the buy phase, we are going to go. Everyone just kind of spreading out. It is the pistol round. We've got a Sova, a Raze, a Sage, an Omen, and a Cypher on the defensive side. And so a lot of information gathering, but I like that we get to see already a Raze in game 1. That duelist, that damage, always going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, and then on the opposite side, mostly the same, but instead of a Raze, you got the Phoenix, and instead of a Sova, you got the Brimstone. So going to be very good on the smokes coming from the attacking side. Now, let you all know, on attack to start it out will be the University of Tulsa. For KSU, we have attached Senjon, Skiesman, Wayne is taken in Hasso, and then for TU, it's the Dark Shadow, the Doctor, Water Doggo, Noxall, and Remix. Here we go, rounds number 1.
Yeah, round 1 coming right out the gate. Attackers pushing up through this hookah. And it doesn't look like there's actually a lot of people that are there to defend this. They have 2 on site, but they are playing a little bit back. They might have spotted that Omen moving around just at the last second. But here we go. Smokes looking like they want to go into the execute now, but they have been spotted out. 3 members on site, and the fight begins.
Wayne is taken, gets 1. He gets a double Skiesman also, and TU is just getting torn apart. Already down to a 4v1. The Doctor finds a headshot, but that's all the damage he can do. And suddenly it's the guy I called out, Remix, already needing to make a big play for his team. 4v1. I mean, it's pistol round, so there's nothing to save with. Hopefully he can make something happen, but just looking at what he has to go against, only the 2 TPs and 1 smoke to play with, it's going to need to be something really impressive to have this turnaround.
Yeah, 4v1 is possible, but with the amount of defenders on the side, I don't think we're going to see too much more from that. And right out the gate, okay, finds the 1, looking for a second execute around the tuna can. Knows that there's 1 there, but has he spotted the lurker on the left side? Has to push up, might be looking for it, but instead, he is about to get flanked. Now 3 members in, he's actually got 2. Can he sniff it out? He does know he's there, but not able to get the 1v1. And that is the first round going over to the defense.
So close to hitting that 1 tap with the Ghost. And for a moment, I started to believe Remix would be able to turn things around. Not going to be the case. KSU get off to their fast start, and they have rounds number 1 for themselves. Looking like, though, they might not wanting to be forced too much. There is going to be a Spectre picked up by Wayne is taken, and the Marshall onto Senjo. In this second round, right after the pistol, the Marshall can really tear through a team. So I want to keep eyes on Senjo and see how he performs with that sniper.
Yeah, I mean, key thing to know, right? When you force buy coming out the gate, after you win that first round, it is a very easy thing to roll right into. They did save 2 of the ghosts coming out of that, so they already knew. They have pistols, they have the guns, and look at this cam coming out from the side of Senjo. He's got a great eye. He might already be able to spot it out, seeing how many offense, or how many attackers, rather, are coming down that line. He's going to look for the shot with the Marshall. Not going to pick it up, but critical to note that they didn't overbuy either. I think that's a big thing to keep in mind here. They're going to use the wall defensively, but only a Marshall and a Spectre means that they're really looking to make some plays off of these 2 guns.
See if Senjo can find someone, and they just open the door for him. Doctor gets a nasty surprise, and it is first blood again for KSU. Now trying to fire through the smoke. He gets flashed heavily, has to back off, but Senjo with a nice little quick scope as he knocks down Water Doggo. Remix finds the headshot back onto attach, keeps it only a one-man difference, but Senjo, did I not say you have to see what he can do on this sniper? It's already a triple kill, and again, TU can't even find their way on this site. In comes Remix, but Senjo with a quad, and now he has one more for the ace. I believe that is the Dark Shadow creeping up on him. Cypher versus Cypher hiding inside the smoke. Senjo, can you start off the tournament with a bang? It will be a miss to start it out. You know he wants it, but will he just get too focused on? Will he start to tense up? Can he find this last shot? Dark Shadow will get spotted out. He tries to run away, but it is an ace for Senjo.
What a round number 2. We talked about how clean or how powerful and impactful the Marshall can be in that second round. And right there, that is exactly why. You immediately can just rip through anybody that has shields. You're obviously not going to buy full shield if you lost the pistol round. And that was incredible coming out for the first round. That was a wild start to the game. And Senjo, I mean, the guy, you I think rightly called it. This is now a man to watch. Now, credit to where credit, or worth noting, that still was only the second round. So there's still not a lot to see. You know, obviously we want to see what else the offense can do, but great opening from the defense side.
I'll take a quick moment to shout out the elephant in the room. We are trying to work on the cursor in the screen, so I appreciate you all just sticking around with us. Now, though, as we load into round number 3, we'll see if TU can finally get on it. But as you said, because of kind of the not too aggressive buys in the second rounds, KSU is immediately able to just turn that into full rifles across the board. They don't feel the need to hold on to any Spectres or Stingers because they already invested in it. Here comes Noxall. He can't find the first one tap for himself, and the exit of Hookah gets smoked off.
Yeah, exit of Hookah is smoked off. We saw this in the first round as well. They used this smoke to kind of funnel everyone out through Hookah. We're going to see a lot of utility just coming right through the window. They've already got people rotated over, but they've correctly stacked the site. A lot of damage going across. They're just trying to spray through the walls, but nobody going down just yet. They're pulling it back off, but they do find the one-for-one trade on the side. Meanwhile, everyone else still just trying to regain and kind of get some positioning around the flanks.
Noxall now again alone in a 1v4, and the thing is with the Sage, it's kind of hard to heal someone if there's no one left on your team to heal. It kind of becomes the question now, do you just save? I mean, it's 1v4, you're going to want this Vandal going into the next round, and it seems like that is the call. Noxall going to back way off, and with 12 seconds remaining, I don't think he'll be chased down. 3 straight rounds go over to the defenders.
Yeah, 3 straight rounds. Obviously going to save the rifle here at the end of this one, but still, what a great hold coming out from the defensive side. They're really using some of that utility to force the funnel out, right? We're seeing the offense trying to make this Hookah play work 2 rounds out of 3 now, but they're just not able to do it. They're not waiting out the utility, and that's probably one of the big things to keep in mind. Yes, the smoke goes down, but you don't need to push through smoke to get onto the site. You don't need to wait and force that play out. You've got the time. Just calm down a little bit. Wait for that Omen smoke to clear. If they re-smoke it, fine. You've got some time. You still have the option. There is not going to be a window where the smoke always plays through. You want to give yourself the best chance possible. And pushing blind and pushing dry at that too. They don't even really use their Phoenix Flash to get out of the smoke. That is a critical mistake that we're seeing coming out of the offense here. And I'd like to see them clean it up as we move on.
And if I'm TU, why is that Vandal still in the handier Sage? Almost getting tagged down, but managing to escape across the opposite side of a short. Now it is Heiso on the defense, but can't find anyone spraying through the site. The rotate is on for at least one of the defenders. The raise for KSU comes across as Remix keeps an eye on TU's flank.
Yeah, we're looking for the flank right now. We're trying to see what he can come up with because both sides now, they are going to push over to the A site. That might be a good grenade to buy some space. The Molly does push off the U-Haul defender. But right out the gate, there's the Neuro Theft. They're going to know exactly where everyone is. Spraying through the smoke. Not able to get a kill that time. But still, good hold from the defense right now. They still haven't spotted out that there's an attacker pushing up through the bath. But that might not matter as on the other side of the map already. Defense picks up one. The blind coming out from Hookah, looking for a little bit more of a play. Not able to get it just yet as they will back off for now.
And now for TU, your Sage that has your only rifle is really separated from the squad, but the other two members are going to make this push over towards the B site. Waiting is the Sova and the Omen. Out goes the smoke to cover up the approach. Teleporting into it goes Remix, and he wants an Omen outplay, but it's not going to happen. Skyzman stands strong and gets himself a kill, and then Wayne is taken. Line him up, knock him down with the collateral on the Vandal. It is 4 straight and a flawless round coming out of KSU.
Yeah, worth noting, second eco round we did see out of the offensive side. Now, okay, yeah, they did have a Vandal. They're trying to play off of their one gun because they knew that they had the economy to afford one rifle. They don't get the pick with it. They don't get enough damage across with it. And that leads to what we see is a flawless victory for the defense. Now with new rifles, keep in mind, look at that right down there. With the Phoenix having this op right here, Water Doggo, he's going to be looking to make a play or at least make an opening frag with it, knowing that he's got the first shot. But just look at this utility. Once again, the defense has it, but there's the first pick. That is massive because now that gives them the entryway. That opens up the A site for the attackers here. They want to go push up, but that's slow. Might just stall them out just a little bit too long as now the rest of the defenders are already on the rotate.
Yeah, it felt like Senjo just getting way overconfident there as Haso finds himself the headshot onto Remix. The wall will cover up Water Doggo Zango, but it guarantees, maybe not guarantees themselves a plant. Haso's gonna boost himself up, get Water Doggo. Wayne is taken, gets one with the Sova ult. And again, even when everything seems like it's going right for TU, it ends up going wrong. Haso with 3 on the round and Attach finishes it off. This has been all KSU, all game so far. It is 5 straight.
5 straight rounds, and that was the round to do it. That was where they invested so much of their economy, so much of their utility to get onto that site. That was the play. They were executing it correctly, but credit to the Sage. Haso getting that boost behind the box. You don't expect that boost behind triple. That was such a unique, or rather, it's not a play you commonly see, and because of it, in combination with the chaos, rather, of Wayne is taken's ult on the Sova, it just forces all of the attackers to scramble, and it gives them all the room they need to just swarm the attackers down. Really well executed retake, or just not even a retake, just hold from the defense side, and that is not what you want to see if you're in offense.
Something you also don't want to see if you're TU. Attach picks up the ult orb, and now that Showstopper is in for the Rays. Dark Shadow has the Sheriff in hand, so does Remix. So the chance for highlight plays if they can find a couple one-taps, but the aim just hasn't quite been there for TU up until this point. Wild shots through the smoke, and it does end up with Noxel going down to Skyzman. I don't know if that was luck or skill, but it is good either way. Attach is just going to put the jump boom bot right in the face of Water Doggo. Doctor uses that stinger to at least get one, and Dark Shadow gets the Sheriff kill for himself also, but it's a 1v3, and again, this just feels like a round KSU has set for themselves.
Yeah, KSU coming out strong with the 6-0. That was an economy round. They got 2 guns out of it. You'd like to see, if you're a Tulsa fan, you would have liked to see them get a few more guns off of the map. But still, that funnel through hookah, like we talked about it, once they throw that smoke down, they seem to be willing to continuously push through it time and time again, but it's just not working for them. They just get spotted out by the defense across all angles. And, I mean, the Rays Attach, he was just willing to go on a journey. He was just hopping and skipping and jumping all over that bomb site. He had no fear in the world just because he knew he was up against a pistol round. Now, round 7, we have to see, can they bring it back? Because if you are on the offense here, you desperately need this round to work. Otherwise, you immediately might see yourself falling down to an 8-0 start.
Doctor going to be dropping these smokes to try and start the execute. It is slowed down by the orb coming from the opposite side. Hosa making sure that they do not let anyone run directly in. But Water Doggo is going to take his time. Sadly, he popped that ult directly into the slow orb, and so it's basically for naught. Here comes Noxel, though. New member taking the op for TU, and he's going blind. Can't quite find himself a target.
Yeah, can't find anything just there. Tried to look for it through the smoke, but here we go. They did find a pick around the other side, So that's going to be the play now as they move in with the Orbital Strike. They're trying to just buy some space right now, but defense still doing a good job of holding it. There's the push from Bathroom, and it's not going to work for Remix. And that means the rest of the defenders now, they have the favorable position. They need to push through U-Haul, or they need this hold to U-Haul. Really need to work out, but instead they send the Boombot instead. Everyone else pushing out onto site. It's chaos, but everyone just getting dropped from the offense 3v1 instantly. And not a good spot as that spike was planted.
And now Noxel just all the way to the opposite side, gonna save up that op and gives up the defuse. TU, that was probably their best round up until this point, though. They got in on site. They were even 3v3 on the man count, and they got the plant down. But as you said, as soon as the call came from KSU, they just started spraying in, got those last two members, and left the Sage to just run back to safety. Looking at these KDAs from the side of KSU as well. 5-0 for Heiso, 8-1 for Wayne is taken, 8-5-5 for Skiesman. They are just going solid top to bottom right now.
Yeah, absolutely solid. The defense doing a great job of just time and time again stopping the plant, stopping the aggression. And I mean, you got to wonder at what point does Tulsa find a different strat? Because so far I've seen two. They've either got the hookah push or they've got the short push. And now hopefully Walter Doggo can maybe open up a pick moving down this long site. But I mean, they also played so incredibly crazy. He does get spotted, and that is unfortunate because that almost surely signals that this should be a B site push. And the rest of the offense now needs to figure out how they want to play it. Utility is down. Smokes are out. Both smokes from the offense pushed out onto site. So want to see how they push up and if they wait out their utility this time around. Recon darts are there. They will spot out Walter Doggo. Unfortunate is now look at this. 4 defenders now stacked onto the site. If they push this, this is going to be disaster for the offense. And I think rightfully so, they finally back away.
The second I thought they might have forgotten about Water Doggo, he gets tagged up by that recon dart. But we might finally be seeing something new from TU as they are rotating away from their initial strategy. Dark Shadow with the judge in hand. He's going to have to try and find himself into a close angle. And here comes Senjo. Sprays down the first one onto Remix, but Dark Shadow does get through. Water Doggo's not going to have a chance that close and personal with the op. And Senjo finds himself a double kill. He wanted another ace, but Heiso's going to take it away from him early as the last 12 seconds are counting down. I don't think TU has anything left. They are getting picked off one after the next. Dark Shadow does find himself one with the judge, which at the very least is going to feel nice, but now they know exactly where he is with the last few seconds counting down. Heiso just challenges him with no fear, and no TU members will make it out of this one.
Yeah, unfortunate there for them. They made the right call, but again, they didn't really have the right positioning. You had your op pushing up Bathroom, and that, I think, more speaks to Central, just game sense, knowing where to push, where to look, because he immediately throws down the Cypher Cage, right, and walks right on through it, picks off the op in the Bathroom. That was their opening. That was one of the openings that they needed, because now it forces them again to another eco round. 9th round, 9-0 start is not what you want to be at. But, I mean, just look at this economy. Just look at the weapons, rather. It's 3 Stingers to a full set of rifles, a full set of full shields. How many people are max money on the side of KSU? It is rough. And now they're going to try to brute force their way onto the A bomb site. They've already got up. They've got good positioning this time around. But, oh, no, Senjo on the flank. This could be chaos if he finds the kills there.
You were saying that he has game sense, and here he comes. Finds the first one, but Noxel is there to trade it back. I was going to say, don't disrespect the Stinger quite yet, as Noxel finds himself the kill, gets the upgrade and the revive. TU was there for a second, but in comes Wayne, is taken with the shock arrow. Attach and Skiesman are there with the Phantoms to follow it up, and after what seemed like to break TU's way, they are right back down to a man down. The wall is going to come up, and now they're just going to try and find that defuse over the top. Water Doggo tries, but they run directly into Wayne and Skiesman, and another 3 surviving man round for KSU.
I mean, I don't know what to say to that one. Playing a little bit of hardcore parkour there at the end there, but that was a very, I think, smart wall we saw coming out from the defensive side, because they knew that, all right, we know exactly where both of them are at short. We just wall off the bomb, and then they are forced to kind of run into it. I would have maybe liked to see them shoot down the wall instead and kind of force the play that way, but regardless of how that shaked out, the defense knew exactly what they were doing, and that retake was just I mean, it's the execution on these retakes are so clean, and they're doing this just almost purely by gun skill. They're winning out every single time, 1-on-1. It's not too many challenges. They're not finding, at least on the offensive side, advantageous ways to hold angles, and it is costing them even when they get onto the site. They're not able to execute it well. We'll have to see what happens here because I think Senjo got up to this point undetected so far, and he's just waiting for someone to push him.
Continues to just creep around this A site, and TU is never ready for it.
Oh.
But what a flick by Water Doggo to put him down. Gets him the ult, is going to get slowed down for a moment, but he rushes into the site now, and they have it wide open. But it's been all about the retakes, and here come the rotation from KSU. Can they push Tulsa right back off as we said 4v4 on the map control?
Yeah, 4v4 now on the board. This would be the round. If you're going to be Tulsa, you need this one. You direly need to hold these angles a little bit better, but they will get spot out, and that is trouble because now that signals where two of the holders, the defenders rather, are. And now they got to hold their sights. Looks for one. There's a second turnaround. Water Doggo gets the two. Now he's got to find the hero play. There's immediately goes down 2 versus 1. Cypher's 1, but they already know where he is, and that is unlucky because that means it's a free defuse for the defenders.
Water Doggo winning 3 different 1v1s, and then he ends up going to just getting shot down while blind. Attached, as soon as he lost vision, he just sprayed it out, and he only needed 1 bullet to land. So close to a huge play coming out of TU, but still it just feels so far.
Yeah, it feels a long ways out there. Close, but no cigar is the comment that you call that because that was one of their better rounds. Now, I think maybe we're starting to see them warm up on the side of Tulsa. You know what I mean? The aim is starting to get a little bit more cleaner. Some of the shots are landing. But when you're down 10-0, you might have warmed up a little bit too late into the round as the economy is in ruins. And here comes the picks. Oh, no. Attached with the op shot. That is disastrous here for the 11th round. You don't have much time left. And they might have already spot out. Oh, they know he TP'd there. They know.
It was like seeing a car crash in slow motion. The X-ray just slowly walking around directly into Attach's line of sight. And now TU is down a man yet again. They have the ball on the stages. There was a chance. Oh, Attach tries for a bit of a nasty flick there. Can't land the shot though, but they are still aware where the omen for TU is. Remix is going to meet up with his team, and it looks like they're back to that classic hookah push for themselves.
Yeah, they're back to the same old strat that they've been trying to force all game long. I want to see if it ends up working out because they are down a man and they are about to get flanked on hard from the defenders. Everyone else pushing out from the market side. And all right there, Senjo already finds 2 kills. And that means the rest of them are trapped inside of hookah. Now they're going to try to find another one. But with that res, they're going to bait him out and they actually get the kill. Peso finds the kill and that's the return. And that means another round for the defense.
Hey, so I mean, I guess you're going to get to save again. You've had a lot of those for yourself. He moves to the...
Everyone just holding down and